evening. Thank you all for coming out tonight. I'm delighted that you've decided to spend your evening with us. My name is Mary, and I would like to formally welcome you to Ball State University. But, a word of caution. The Ball State I'm about to show you isn't all sunshine and cardinals. Now, this is campus after dark, where bloody secrets, unrelenting grudges, and tragic tales are revealed. This is the side of campus that they don't include in the brochures. They don't want you to see, but you deserve to see, which is where I come in. I'm a graduate of Ball State University, class of 2016, acting performance, a Bachelor of Fine Arts, kind of a big deal. Anyways, I stumbled upon something peculiar during my time here on campus, that we are in the presence of troubled spirits. And so I took it upon myself to befriend them, to comfort them, to bring people to see them, thus creating these tours. And now every full moon, I bring people just like you, friends and visitors of Ball State University, to come and pay our respects and show kindness. And so, without further ado, welcome to the Ghost Tours! Oh. Follow me this way. Our first stop today is a tragically handsome, moderately intelligent, incredibly attractive former fraternity brother of Ball State University. Unfortunate accident, alcohol poisoning. The dangers of underage drinking, ladies and gentlemen. And so we bring you to our famous boozy boy. Our boozy boy, folks. Say Max. Max!
Hey, what's up? Hey, everybody. How's everybody doing? Good? Right now?
Good.
Okay, great. Okay.
Max?
They don't need a beer?
Max.
No, I have more.
Max, this is the tour. This is where you share your story. They're waiting for you to tell your sad tale and your...
Okay, man, looks fucking miserable.
Let's go to your just do. Oh, ridiculous.
Okay, more for me. Yeah, I had a great life. I was like partying like 7 days out of the week, hanging out with the boys. I was like stealing road signs. That was next. Come with me, whether you like it or not. I was also like getting good grades too. You know, it was like C's and D's. That's important too. C's and D's get degrees because they're like rhymes and shit. But I never got my degree. I died. And if you're here to hear some gruesome story, then hey, you're fucked up and you need help. Shit. But I had a beautiful girlfriend, Cora. And she was taken from me. And I had this awesome day plan. You know, we were going to walk around campus. I was going to show her my school. I actually had a picnic planned right here. You know, I was going to get out of class and I was going to meet her at Frog Baby. And that's when I found her body. You know, I just don't get it. Like, you know, she was like everything. Like, everything was perfect. You know, she'd be like the one I'd go to, tell her like everything. And like, we went to this awesome fraternity the night before too. And we're all that shit. And like she wouldn't I don't understand why she would take her life. Like not even leave a note or anything. And the weird part about it is, the cops fucking thought it was me. Oh yeah, I get stood up once, ever. I mean, look at me. And I get accused for murder. Oh well, fuck my life. And another weird part is this building's huge. So all the cameras had been erased. So yeah, it's obviously the boyfriend. I become their number one suspect. And I just couldn't bear the accusations anymore. Everyone, my friends, my family, everyone at school started looking at me different. I'm the one who did it. So I pushed the world away. I blocked everyone out, everyone that I hold most dear. I couldn't live without her. So I came out here late one night, and I just started drinking and drinking and drinking. And I finished off the flask, and it finished me.
Now, folks, it may sound like a really a sad, tragic tale, but think of it. He's got it pretty good here. There's unlimited shots in the afterlife. He can pick whatever music he wants on Spotify. He's got me for company once a month. And when it comes to the girlfriend, I mean, come on, she wasn't that pretty. I mean, I think he could do better, right? Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. Shield your eyes. No one wants to see that shit. God, Matthew. Oh, we're off to a good start. Okay. On to a lighter note, ladies and gentlemen. Please follow me this way. We're gonna visit two of my dearest friends, the first ghosts I ever encountered at Ball State University. Two lovely ladies. Oh, and here they are, girls. Hello.
Oh, hello, Mary. It's lovely to see you.
And you brought guests.
How do I look? Oh, gorgeous, my love.
Oh, but you two beauties, please introduce yourselves.
Well, this is... Well, would you like to introduce yourself, Doc?
Well, it seems you've already done me the favor, Rosie.
Rosie to you, my darling, but in front of our guests, I'm Rose.
And I'm Dorothy.
And we are the Star-Crossed Lovers. Where should we begin?
At the beginning,
Of course.
it was 1926 and I was a sophomore at Ball Teachers College studying elementary education.
And I was here collecting my master's in chemistry. Dorothy was a student in the class for which I was the teacher's assistant. She came in one afternoon for assistance.
And I got exactly that.
Oh, hush you.
After many tutoring sessions, I finally worked up the courage to ask her to one of the school's first formals.
And didn't you look cutsy-cutsy?
And it's been love ever since.
Unfortunately, for the time period, people were not as accepting as you all are now, and we're jealous of our love for each other.
It's alright, my love. We're still together.
But we cannot touch. We couldn't even communicate with each other until they built this whispering wall a few years back. Before then, it was just a field where they dumped Dot's body.
I was murdered, you see, because of my love for Rosie. Making me so jealous of what they don't have, and instead of making it like any other hate crime and kill Rosie, they just take me away from her instead.
But those cake eaters had no idea how strong our love could be. When I found out what happened to Dot, I didn't think I could go on. So I created a concoction in my science lab and drank it. Wasn't the most pleasant feeling in the world, but nothing hurt more than being separated from my Dot.
And we're together again. At last. And sweet Mary here has been such a blessing. Her kind soul keeps us company, and she always finds time to confide in us, like about this boy she's been seeing in one of her classes. What's his name?
Oh, Alex.
No.
He's not. You don't need to. Blah.
It's our song. May I have this dance? Oh, you'll have to excuse us.
like to spend the rest of this evening together.
Let's give them some privacy, shall we? Aren't they just two of the most darling things you ever did see? Oh, makes my heart happy and hopeful. Okay. Our next stop is a little bit of a pity party. Sorry to bore you. She claims she was murdered. Some say she drowned. I just think she likes the attention from the tours that come around. But, you know, who am I to not give her a little bit of the spotlight, I guess. I can take a few minutes rest from the limelight, I suppose, and give it to someone less fortunate than I. Oh, here she is, folks. May I introduce you to Moaning Myrtle. You say the same thing every year. Would it kill you to call me Cora for once? Moaning Cora sounds dumb as shit. So we're gonna keep it the way that it is. Of course, I was doomed to be stuck here. There's only one reason I was here in the first place, and I didn't even go to school here. I went to Hanover. I wanted to be an author. So much for that now. I was only here to visit my boyfriend, Max. We met at a party in high school. It's funny, I never even really went to parties, but my friends were there and I didn't want to stay home and watch my mom suck face with her new boyfriend, Keith, so I went. Love at first sight is such a cheesy trope, but he was kind to me. He wasn't that stupid jock everybody said he was. And he wasn't anything like that creepy fucker at the party who wouldn't take no for an answer. Asshole would not take me seriously, but he actually listened to Max. I must have been starting to panic because he got me out of there quickly and walked me home, listened to me ramble about the stars and Lord of the Flies and any dumb thing that would come out of my mouth. He never made fun of me for any of that, even though I always thought that I was being super annoying. After we graduated, he came here to his dream school. It was kind of far, but we never stopped talking, and I didn't want to keep him away from his dreams, so I came up to visit for our 1-year anniversary, and he took me to a party, just like the night that we met. It was such a wonderful night, and the next day was supposed to be just as amazing. So what they said about me isn't true. I didn't kill myself. I had no reason to. I was murdered. And not by Max, okay? Everybody always comes here just to stare at the sad, pathetic little ghost girl who drowned herself in the fountain, but that's not the whole story. Not at all. You're not gonna believe me, but just go! Follow me this way, please. Sorry if you got in the splash zone of that catastrophe. I apologize. It's supposed to be uplifting. We just got pooped on. Ah, we're about to get schooled, ladies and gentlemen. We have a former professor of Ball State University in forensics and criminology. Please follow me this way. Watch your step, though, folks. I will tell you now, though, he's a little off his rocker, lost his marbles. everything isn't quite where it should be up in the noggin if you're smelling what I'm stepping in. So take everything with a grain of salt as we listen to our nutty professor.
Hey, you! Don't you find this whole ghost tour thing fishy? Aren't you even slightly curious about how these ghosts got here in the first place? I, for one, have been suspicious of this whole thing from the very beginning. You see, quite some time ago, my wife passed away in a manner similar to an accidental death, but I refused to believe that that was the case. I was not about to leave my young daughter to grow up questioning the true circumstances surrounding her mother's death. So I dug deeper into the case, and I discovered that it was a jealousy killing from a prior lover. He got locked up and I got my revenge, but my thirst for discovering the true intentions behind her death never faded. And all I can think about are these mysterious deaths here on campus. So let's dive in. Cora drowned, but the camera stopped working before and after her death, adding to the suspicious nature of her drowning. Some believed it was suicide, but there was no note. The police had a theory that her boyfriend Max was the killer, but what was his motive? And his accidental death so shortly after being accused? I mean, I didn't personally know the gentleman, but... Oh, and then there's the third victim, Dahlia, an actress who died just hours before opening night. An event that took place almost a full year after the other two, but I believe this is somehow connected. And it must have been getting close, because soon after visiting the Ball Hospital morgue, I received this on my desk. It was left with a note stating, "Thank you for teaching me so much." Now, any teacher would find it odd being gifted a flask from a student, but a present is a present. So I took it home and I washed the container out, but unfortunately, I did not rinse out the cap. I now believe that that is where my killer placed the poison that led to my own untimely death. They must have known that I would sooner reveal the truth about Max. His death was no accident. See, he too had been poisoned. According to his talk screen in his file, there was not quite enough alcohol in his system based on his body mass index to lead to his death. There were trace amounts of varied chemicals in his system, but that was just brushed aside as combined substance abuse. Receiving this flask leads me to believe that the killer must have been one of my own students. I, a forensic professor, have been teaching my students this whole time about killers' mistakes, but I now realize I was really teaching this killer how not to make those very same mistakes. Even now in death, I continue to pour over the case. I mean, what else am I going to do? And if these deaths had anything to do with my students, so back to the drawing board.
Right there, Professor?
We have the frat, the visitor, the actress, and now me. What are our connections? I tried looking into their classmates, but I can't quite seem to connect these two deaths to Dahlia. You know she was an actress. So what if...
It seems as though the professor has dove back into his research, so how about we give him some thinking room? Isn't he just so quiet? I swear the book gets more entertaining every time we do it. Oh, here he goes.
You're gonna want to hear what I'm saying!
That's okay.
Come back, you regret it! You're gonna want to hear me out!
He's pretty good. Now, let us get ready for a little piece of theater and dramatics as we enter the place of the starving artist.
Everybody come in, sit down, come in. Could you take a seat right there, please? Thank you. Everybody come in, sit down, find a seat. All right, everybody ready?
Lights!
Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? Deny thy father and refuse thy name. Or, if thou wilt not, be but sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet. Or that's what would have happened if I wasn't murdered on opening night. Of course, you all know me. How could you not? Okay, well, for those of you who don't, my name is Dahlia. Dahlia St. Perot. Applause, please. Thank you. Thank you. I was a student here at Ball State. Started in 2012 as a theater arts major. Acting option, of course. My whole life, I wanted to be an actress. It started when I was in grade school and I would see plays with my parents. I would always be in absolute awe of the people on stage. I decided I just had to be like them. Unfortunately, as I was soon to find out, glory like that is best supported by years and years and years of hard work. So I became the hardest worker I knew. I was practicing all day and all night. I had acting classes, singing lessons, dance sessions 24/7. Finally, by my sophomore year of college, all my hard work paid off when I finally got my dream role as Juliet. Thank you, you guys are incredible. I was just hitting my stride in college too. You see, in high school I didn't have a lot of time to make friends. That was probably my own doing. A lot of people saw me as a pompous bitch or a stage slut, a attention whore. But that was just my dedication to my passion. I didn't have a lot of time to sit down and make friends, show people my true colors. But I know you did not all attend this event to hear about my bright life. No, you came to engorge yourselves in the truth that I, Dahlia, was murdered. I know, that is the true tragedy. You see, I used to find this place very peaceful. And a few hours before the curtain rose, I came out here to clear my mind and run through my lines, and I think I was sitting right about there when I was running through my lines and some dark, shadowy figure came up behind me and wrapped this scarf tight around my neck, and the world turned black and I couldn't breathe until... Yes, I know. How terrible. And I was so young, with so much to live for, so much to see, so much to do, so much to...
Bleeding hearts of the
Lights.
world unite! Let's take an intermission, folks.
Lights.
Please.
Thank
And by
you.
intermission, I mean we're leaving. So, thank you.
Okay,
Quickly now.
we can take a quick 15-minute intermission. Lights, please.
God.
And then in Act 2, I will tell you all what kind of horrible
That's
person
okay.
would commit such a terrible crime
One
against
act
true
play,
talent and beauty.
so- Oh.
Lights off.
Yeah, you're not that pretty, sister. Easy on the contour. What a bitch. And now, for our final destination, we're going to carefully head across the street. And please, ladies and gentlemen, watch for cars as we go across. We wouldn't want any of you joining our cast of spirits now, would we? Oh, that would be unfortunate. But we're going to visit an unconventional visitor of Ball State University, not your typical student or professor or faculty member. She's different, but important and sweet nonetheless. All right, careful as you cross, please. Hello, Gabby.
I've been dying to talk to someone all day.
Well, you have many people to talk to now. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Gabby, our Mitzvahs Massacre.
Hi, my name's Gabby, and this is my Echo. Echo? Oh, come on, Echo, show yourself. He's a little shy today. Well, you know how it could be sometimes. Well, this is Echo. We love meeting new people because it can get a little lonely sometimes, but at least we have each other. It could be a lot worse. A lot of people don't think it could be worse than being dead, but honestly, life kind of stunk before I got hit by that bus. You see, my father was a professor here before he passed away. The day he died, I was at home doing homework with my babysitter and eating, what was I eating, Echo? A PB&J. Amy was so nice. Sometimes I even pretended that she was my mom because my real mommy passed away before I was old enough to remember. But I like to think that if my real mommy was still alive, she'd be a lot like Amy. Anyways, it was a normal Thursday afternoon. And the next thing I remember, I was in a police car on the way to my aunt's house. It was something had happened with my dad. It was either go with my aunt or go with someone who, go with this lady who had the same color hair as you, like almost spot on. And then she kind of had like this long length of hair, and she smelled like you. But my aunt never really cared for me. She used to call me, should I say it, Echo? I'll say it. She used to call me the orphan. I know, right? Ugh. After a month, I begged my auntie to take me to Ball State to see where my daddy was before he died. But when I got here, I couldn't even make it past the bell tower. And that's when I saw Mary. She came up to me and she comforted me. I looked up and she was like this pretty angel from heaven. She listened to my story. And then she gave me the nicest, biggest warm hug. And then that's all I remember from the rest of the day. And here I am now. And honestly, I'm just so happy to be here with the planters and the grass and my puppy Echo. Please. Sorry, Echo's not being nice today. Well, I'm glad to have Echo. And honestly, Mary, she always comes and visits me with friends like you guys. And she's the most kind and most wonderful person ever.
Gabby, stop. Really, you're gushing.
I mean it, you're awesome.
Thank you, but I paid her to say that.
Even if Echo was here, she would agree too.
But Gabby, you don't have to.
No,
you don't have
I
to,
truly mean it. If I could be a living girl, then grow up all the way,
stop.
I would want to be exactly.
No, you don't,
exactly
Gabby.
like you.
Gabby, that's enough!
I'm sorry.
Are you okay?
No, this isn't working.
No, I thought that this would work, that this would make it better, that it would help. It's not helping. This is stupid. Fuck it. You know what? No. You know what? You remember how I said that you all deserve to know the truth? Huh? You guys wanted to see everything that Ball State wouldn't show you. I said that I would give you the full experience after dark. You want to know? You want to know everything? I haven't told you everything. But I'm going to. Do you remember that wet, dripping girl by the fountain? I killed her. I drowned her with my bare hands, all because I was in love. I was stupidly out over heels in love with that dopey, idiotic, stupid frat boy. He didn't even notice me. I was nothing to him. I thought with her out of the way, then maybe he would pay attention to me and that he would fall in love with me. But he was too heartbroken over her. So since he was the #1 suspect, I figured if he was gone, maybe no one would miss him. So those murders just got wiped right under the rug. And oh my God, I can't forget that stupid, pompous, elated, conceited bitch with no acting skills whatsoever who stole my role as Juliet. I was supposed to play that part. I was older than her and I was more experienced, and they stuck me as her fucking understudy like some scummy freshman. I knew I could play the part better, and I wasn't about to let Ball State, I wasn't about to let her crap all over that stage. So I strangled her with her own costume scarf. I took her life, and then I took her applause. But then, oh, that nutty professor started getting a little too friendly with the idea that I might be the one committing all of these murders. I didn't want to kill him. I liked his class. I was learning so much. I even had an A. But he would have exposed me, and my name needed to stay clean. So I poisoned him in the flask, just like he said, just like the way that I killed Max, and just like the way that Rosie killed herself all the way back in the 1920s, and it still worked, the same concoction in the 21st century. But I wasn't aware that the professor had a daughter. And I ran into her one day and she told me her story, and I was filled with guilt. She was all alone in the world because of me. I wouldn't do that to anyone. So I did what I had to do. Don't you see? It was me. I pushed you in front of that bus. I killed you. I'm not your angel. It was me. And you. And all of you! If you so much as breathe a fucking word about anything that I told you tonight, your asses will end up just like theirs.
Hi, Dad.
It's me, Dad. And that concludes the fucking ghost tours.